The Madeleine McCann Case. Madeleine McCann vanished in 2007, and since then her case has garnered international attention, making it one of the most well-known missing person cases in modern history. Prolonged efforts by her parents to locate their daughter, in-depth investigations, and intense media attention have all characterized the case. In this video, we will highlight 7 key points that outline the significant aspects of the Madeleine McCann case. Number 7. Disappearance. Madeleine McCann, born on May 12, 2003, was a vibrant and spirited child who quickly became the center of attention when she disappeared on May 3, 2007. At the Ocean Club Resort in Praia da Luz, Portugal, a town renowned for its picturesque beaches and family-friendly atmosphere, the McCann family was having a great time on vacation. That fateful evening, Kate and Jerry McCann left their 3 children, Madeleine and her younger twin siblings, Sean and Amelie, slumbering in their ground-floor apartment, and went out to dinner with a group of friends at a nearby tapas restaurant. Families on vacation in the area frequently made this decision to leave the kids unsupervised because many parents felt comfortable doing so in a resort environment. But when Kate McCann went back to check on her kids at around 10 o'clock at night, she discovered Madeleine had vanished from her bed. The window looked like it had been tampered with, and the apartment door was unlocked. As Kate and Jerry looked around the apartment and called out for their daughter, panic struck. They promptly notified the resort staff and friends, which prompted an instant search of the area. The couple's desperation increased as night fell, and they started to worry that Madeleine had been kidnapped. Despite intense searching in the early hours, no leads or sightings of the young girl were found. Number 6. Initial search. When Madeleine McCann vanished, local authorities moved swiftly to mobilize, sparking an intense and disorganized initial search for her. Shortly after setting off the alarm, Kate and Jerry were joined by resort personnel in searching the apartment building and its environs. After being called to the scene, local police launched a methodical search for the young girl, looking through neighboring streets, beaches, and even the surrounding countryside. Roadblocks are erected by police to keep an eye on traffic leaving Praia da Luz in the hopes of apprehending anyone who may have taken her. In an attempt to find any evidence of Madeleine, search teams used tracking dogs that were trained to recognize human scent. The disappearance of the subject garnered significant attention from international news agencies due to its rapid dissemination through local media, which in turn led to extensive coverage that heightened public interest and concern. Through heartfelt pleas during press conferences and television appearances, the McCann family pleaded with anyone who knew their daughter's whereabouts to come forward. In addition to gathering information, these public outreach initiatives tried to preserve Madeleine's story in the public memory. Despite their best efforts, no solid leads materialized in those crucial early hours, which caused friends and family to become increasingly anxious. Number 5. Suspicions and investigations. The investigation took a controversial turn in September 2007 when Portuguese police named Kate and Jerry McCann as official suspects, as weeks stretched into months without any discernible progress in finding Madeleine. This choice was made in response to forensic evidence that purportedly showed bloodstains were discovered in a rental car they had used following the disappearance of their daughter, more precisely, a car they had rented roughly 3 weeks later while visiting Portugal. The couple came under increased scrutiny. As a result of the media craze surrounding this development, there was a great deal of public conjecture about their possible role in their daughter's demise. Throughout this time, the McCanns insisted on their innocence, claiming that law enforcement had unfairly singled them out based on rumors rather than hard evidence connecting them to any wrongdoing. They expressed their displeasure over leaks to the media that portrayed them negatively and publicly criticized the way Portuguese authorities were handling the investigation. In July 2008, Portuguese authorities lifted their suspect status, declaring them innocent, but leaving open questions about what had happened to Madeleine after nearly a year of investigation, without sufficient evidence linking them to any wrongdoing or crime against their daughter. Number 4. Operation Grange. 4 years after Madeleine vanished, in May 2011, Scotland Yard announced the start of Operation Grange in response to mounting public pressure for answers regarding her case and recognition of its complexity. This project sought to use British investigative methods and resources that had developed since 2007 to undertake a thorough analysis of all the material relevant to her case. For this purpose, a committed team of detectives was put together. They went over witness statements again, conducted a fresh analysis of the forensic evidence, and looked for leads that had been missed by the Portuguese authorities and previous investigations. A noteworthy feature of Operation Grange was its cooperative methodology, whereby British detectives collaborated closely with Portuguese law enforcement agencies and simultaneously made direct appeals to the public for information through media campaigns aimed at rekindling interest in the case. Over the years, Operation Grange has sparked a number of new lines of investigation, including requests for information about possible sightings of Madeleine or suspicious persons in Praia da Luz at the time. British detectives have also made several trips in an effort to re-interview witnesses or pursue leads that are either directly or indirectly related to Madeleine's disappearance. Number 3. Prime suspect. In June 2020, German authorities announced that they had named Christian Bruckner as a prime suspect in Madeleine McCann's disappearance, marking yet another significant turn in the case. Bruckner, who was residing close to Praia da Luz when Madeleine was kidnapped, is a sex offender with a criminal record and a history of crimes against children. Evidence from investigations into his activities during that time led German investigators to conclude that he was aware of what had happened. They also described him as having behaved violently toward young girls throughout Europe for a number of years, before being arrested for unrelated offences after Maddie went missing. He was listed as a suspect by German authorities, who said they thought he might have kidnapped or hurt Maddie. However, he hasn't been officially charged with any crime directly connected to her case, mostly because there isn't yet enough evidence to link him to the case. Supporters of the McCann family were encouraged by this revelation to believe that after years of uncertainty, progress may finally be made. But it also raised questions about how law enforcement could move forward in the absence of hard evidence. Number 2. Media attention. The media attention surrounding Madeleine McCann's case has been unprecedented since her disappearance. It has become one of the most widely covered missing persons cases globally over nearly 2 decades now. Major news outlets across Europe and beyond have reported extensively on every aspect surrounding this tragic story, from initial reports about her disappearance through ongoing developments regarding suspects involved, along with investigative efforts made by various law enforcement agencies over time too. Many theories about what might have happened that night back in May 2007 have surfaced, some firmly based on credible leads, while others veered into sensationalism or conspiracy theories about child trafficking rings or cover-ups involving law enforcement agencies themselves. The intense media scrutiny has frequently blurred lines between fact and speculation. Over time, documentaries delving into various facets of her case have also surfaced. Netflix's The Disappearance of Madeleine McCann examines in depth the investigative obstacles confronting authorities and highlights the wider societal ramifications surrounding child safety issues brought up by cases with such high profile. Number 1. Ongoing efforts. The case of Madeleine McCann is still being actively investigated by both Portuguese and German authorities as of October 2024. This is because new leads regarding specific developments or tips pertaining to Bruckner himself or other potential suspects, who have been identified over time through various investigative efforts throughout Europe, are still being pursued. This shows how interconnected these issues can be globally when it comes to not just finding one child, but also addressing systemic failures within societies regarding child protection measures overall. The McCann family is still adamant about finding their daughter, and they have urged law enforcement agencies all over the world to step up their efforts to solve this case. They have also actively engaged with organisations that deal with cases of missing children worldwide, working tirelessly alongside charities to raise awareness about child abduction prevention strategies aimed at ensuring that no parent ever has to go through such heartbreak again without having adequate support systems available when they need them the most. This comprehensive exploration captures both intricate details surrounding this tragic case, as well as its profound impact on those involved, highlighting how deeply it resonates within society at large, even after many years have passed, since that fateful night changed everything forever. Thanks for watching our video and don't forget to subscribe.